Cancer, welcome to your after party. Today we are listening to the sweet, sweet sounds of a channel named Cocolino Deep. I have asked him for permission to share this. If you don't know who he is, great mixes, awesome mixes. Okay, so we were just talking about a sort of undesirable position that you've been in. Now, taking a further look at these cards, I want to say that a few of you might be in abusive situations and you're working pretty hard at trying to work on it, to change it. There's been a bit of toxicity in the past, and I feel like I don't know if you've been getting gaslit and now you're kind of coming out of it and realizing that your emotional state and your reactions are valid and proportionate. Or if somebody's just got you wrong. They think they know what your motivations are, but they're seeing someone that you used to be. And this is potentially creating a position of control. This isn't going to resonate with everyone, but I wanted to bring this up here in the after party because I want you to get a real feeling of what the after party is about. We go through the cards in a couple of different ways, and I talk about maybe the deeper stuff, that may or may not be resonant, but when it's for you, you'll know. Getting back into it, some of you might be stuck between an Aries and an Earth sign. It's like when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, and there you are smack dab in the middle. Not comfortable. And you're mediating, right? You used to work together with these people, whether this is home and family, or if this is actual work, or if this is a friendship. This could also be a polyamorous relationship. Could be a V. And communication breakdown. Big communication breakdown. Maybe somebody feels as though they're not getting their fair share. Their voice isn't being heard. And you are trying to facilitate this. And I feel like that's maybe draining to you. And I'm feeling a feeling of futility from you. And maybe that's what has to do with you engaging in something that you're seeing as immature. And the best way for you to influence it, like we said in the main reading there, is to transcend it, is to hold true to, like, you know what, I vibe up here. Let's put the big girl panties on. Let us figure this out in a way that is a win-win. Cancer, you've got a great way of finding the win-win because you understand the connection between, or the disconnection between, what people are feeling and what they are saying, what they are attributing their argument to logically, and you know exactly when, like, yeah, that might be true, but here's the actual emotional thing behind what you're saying. And I feel like this Aries might be being a little manipulative. Okay? So if that's a vibe that you've been getting, I agree. You're not wrong. Yeah, okay. So if you're getting skeeved out by the whole situation, it's okay to bail and let them figure it out. You can do that with class. You're full of class. You got a whole lot of ass. Walk away from it for a while. You don't need to put all of your energy into this. These are grown folks. Okay? I'm sorry if my dog playing with a ball in the background is distracting. This is just my channel. Where'd that dog go? Yeah, never mind. He's back there. Sorry, I'm making you dizzy. Who cares? Okay. Alternatively, this could be you, or building upon that, I feel like you might be getting taken advantage of in the workplace. And this is creating quite a bit of confusion for you, because it's not a sustainable situation, or if it is sustainable, it is at a cost for you. I feel like it's a perpetual situation of either you don't know what's going on, there's not enough communication, or it's making you feel like you don't know where to go with it. If this is a project, this is a project that spiraled out of control. Nope. Floor cards, pardon me. Floor cards are great. I love them. I can't read all of these. So, for a lot of you, it's time to depart the situation. It's time to think about it. And if you are in a situation where you cannot leave, or it is against your best interests to leave financially, as is the case a lot of times, then this looks like maybe withdrawing your energy somewhat, or withdrawing your give a fuck. Maybe it's time to stop giving a shit, you know? Because I feel like you're afraid of your own harshness in this situation, or someone's talking out of their ass. And I feel like you're having to live up to these standards that this person is setting, and then not completing. And you have to step up to the plate with this to try to maintain the integrity of the situation, and clean up messes. There's an opportunity for you to do both. What do I mean by that? Okay. If you withdraw your conversation and your voice a little bit, hold it back a little bit, keep your own counsel and observe to a higher degree, you're going to see this conflicting situation and where the confusion is coming from, because there's an emotional fulfillment here coupled with this anxiety, and I don't know how to read this. That's for you. If that resonates for you and you know what I'm talking about, then keep your own counsel. Because this conflicted energy, like we've got what it looks like and feels like on the surface, and then what's supporting it is not pleasant. Not pleasant. There's a lot of anxiety here. And so therefore the foundations of the situation are not solid. And in order to avoid a tower moment, for you, who I feel you might be over-invested in this situation, take a time out to reevaluate, because you are, if it crumbles around you, you are not going to take on too much responsibility. Jackie, hush. You're not going to be taking on too much responsibility, because you're a bit of a responsibility hoarder. You do it with people's emotions. You take responsibility for them sometimes. And I've seen you do it at work too, because everybody knows that they can count on you for clear communication. Baby, hush. So This way, if you pull back a little bit and let dysfunctional systems fall under their own weight, you're going to come out of this smelling like roses. You know, you're going to be perceived as someone who held the situation together, and approached everything with a great deal of maturity. I don't know if you can hear my dog right now, but his ball is under a table and I want to finish this reading. He'll survive. He's just very mouthy. Because we want the win. We don't want more. This anxiety that is underpinning the situation, it could escalate. It could escalate, and it could make you have to make moves that require sacrifice. Require sacrifice, and maybe make it so that you get deeper and deeper pulled into the situation, that make it harder for you to get out of it without sacrificing. And for a lot of you, this is a relationship. A lot of you, this is a relationship. And the cycle could be ending. There's a back and forth here that I feel for a lot of you, a back and forth, especially if we're talking about a fire sign. If we're talking about an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, the financial stability and for some of you, family unit is based on a little bit of immaturity from one partner, not based on, but is the situation that you're going through right now is maybe based on someone who is not very emotionally secure, or someone who isn't as advanced, someone who doesn't have the self-awareness, but wants to sees themselves as a little bit more advanced and a little bit more mature as they are, and they desperately want to live up to these standards, but they don't have the skill. They haven't acquired the skill yet. And for a lot of you, you know that this person has the greatest of intentions, so you've been supporting them because you know they have good intentions. And it's difficult to disengage when you know that they mean well and that maybe they might hit that mark. Maybe one day they will. I bet that they will. But at what cost to you? At what cost to your family? At what cost to your resources? To your resources, to your inner resources, to your outer resources, to your professional resources. You've been fighting a lot of battles on a lot of fronts, maybe for this person. And it's been, gosh, baby, it's been draining, huh? You've been biting your tongue. You've been dealing with an inequality, and it's time to trust your gut. That things have been unfair. Face the disappointment, Cancer. Because then, once you get emotionally clear with yourself, especially if you've been bullshitting yourself emotionally or gaslighting yourself, I'm just so sensitive. I'm overreacting. I'm putting the cart before the horse. I'm reading into the situation things that aren't there. Maybe you're just ignoring your intuition. Let the sun shine in on you, Cancer. And you're going to see how the themes of caring and being cared for, the effort required there, if it is unequal, is causing pain on a level that is very deep for you, and yet you're still saying it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And and being able to celebrate the good times while being unable to make decision, unable to speak your mind in a true way, and unable to act and speak in accordance with your integrity. With your integrity, Cancer. This is Leo season, honey. Get very clear. Get very clear, or have to fight the same battles over and over again and recreate the same internal conditions. And we don't need that. We don't need that. If your wheel is stuck, hit the gas. Hit the gas. Because we've got this Taurus and this Leo, potentially. Yeah, this Emperor could be taken as Leo as well. It's just fire energy to me. That's how I read. And then this King of Pentacles over here could be that Taurus. So, specifically for you who are dealing with a Leo and a Taurus, hit the gas. Get unstuck. Okay, we're going to read the bottom of the deck real quick. And we've got, the Six of Cups and Strength reversed. So looking backwards is going to be the thing that is problematic. Expecting things to return to normal. Pining for a reality that was. This could be the reality of the way things used to be in a relationship, the way that things used to be at work, the way that things used to be are not coming around again. So, let things end that need to end. Let the chips fall. You've been holding things up. You've been doing a lot of work. And you haven't been able to plan for yourself. You know? Yeah, take the power back. Take your power back. Big time. This is the month for it. Because Cancer, next month, I don't want to pull a tower. I don't want to pull a tower moment for you, because this is the precursor to one. And you have got everything on your side this month to make the sweeping. If there's sweeping changes, then there's sweeping changes. And the universe is 100% behind you. Speak it. Speak it when it's appropriate. Keep your own counsel when the shit is getting thick and your knee-jerk reaction is to coddle. You are such a nurturer, but when nurturing becomes enabling, how do we see where the line is? Re-examine where that line is for you. Again, nurturing versus enabling. I just want you to see here the read we just did. Are you ready? This is what we do in the after show, or the after party. I know what content I'm creating. This was the read. These were the cards that we started with for the general Cancer reading. And then we went over here. And then we went over here. Okay. So that $5, you get a lot of bang, right? Let me know in the comments if any of these narratives helped you, resonated for you, because that gentleman that I referenced, I don't know if it was this video or the previous video, Russell Targ, he said that a major factor of psychic ability is retroactive validation. So after I do a reading, if you let me know when and where I hit it on the head for you, what is true for you, then it'll actually have made the reading more accurate as I was doing it, because there's a time stream that goes this way and there's a time stream that goes this way, and psychic ability bridges both. I fucking love science, what science is doing, and how we're getting all of these CIA documents released. Sexy. Just rambling now. Let me know if, this is my first month back since 2018, because I kind of had a seizure that almost took me out. I'm not even epileptic. They thought I had a brain tumor. And that made me feel like it was stupid of me to channel anymore, to try to lean into psychic ability, because they found a theta band anomaly, and they found an excess of electrical activity in my brain. And then I was put on some pills that were like a wet blanket and made me see the world through a fucking pinhole. And I was really scared to lean into that psychic ability anymore, which makes up a big part of my drive and what I'm good at, frankly. I'm sharing this with you right now because the flashes of insight that Uranus are going to give you might result in a feeling of isolation. Because the more that you lean into that, the deepest and strongest part of a Cancer is understanding the tides, the tidal forces, the moon's gravitation that causes the tide is something that others can't sense, and you can. Especially you Cancer moons. And that is a little isolating, because there are a precious few on the planet that can feel these tides. And it makes you look crazy. Makes you, if you're paying attention to yourself, you might make moves that are against what other people, or against what makes sense to other people. I was scared out of utilizing my psychic ability because I felt that it was destructive to my health, that it was somehow an overlay over what was normal and accepted as far as the human condition is concerned, and somehow optional, when it is, really feel now that it is the most human thing. And if it's something that we all really need to foster within ourselves, because it is a sense, and I feel that that's maybe the most important element, and it is the most human thing, is that connection. In the way that our society, mic drop, has been engineered since the 50s, really has us losing touch with that more and more every decade. I mean, look at the 20s, the 30s, or from like the 1880s to the 1930s. Look at all of the incredible spiritual advancements that were made. The Golden Dawn, the OTO, the Theosophic Society, Dion Fortune, Gurdjieff, Ouspensky. There was so much work done. There was so much exploration. And that just stopped after the powers in the world were shuffled. After that deck was shuffled for World War I, World War II. And the power transfers that occurred. And, don't mean to make this all about conspiracy, but to me, it's just super obvious that we have been through colonialism, even before, you know, the 20th century. You know, magic has been, magic, psychic ability, whatever you want to call things that are less accepted now. The occult, which just means secret or hidden. Those attributes, those practices were just culture. They were just our culture. They were us expressing our birthright, you know? Somebody needs some attention, some nurturing. Sometimes it verges on enabling. So my dog's a brat. If you're into magic, if you want to, Cancer, you are so ruled by the moon. If you want to have deeper insight into what's going to be going on for you emotionally during the month and how to counteract any sticky parts, I have this incredible report, I think it's incredible, called Lunatic, and it's on my Patreon, and it's going to be in my link tree. That lets you know exactly what house, according to your chart, your personal natal chart, will tell you what your moon transits are for the month and exactly what you can expect. It's completely unique to you. And I really recommend it for every Cancer that I know, because you're ruled by the moon. That's a really important thing to know. Otherwise, start tracking moon transits yourself. Pretty simple. Astro.com. Maybe I'll make a video about how to do that. What else did I want to say? You'll be able to subscribe on the Patreon to your after party videos after this month. All right? Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to me, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out at the after party.